Welcome back, guys, to Octopath Traveller. Our last episode, we entered the Ruins of Eld to do Cyrus's Chapter 4, trying to find Lucia within, who transforms herself into a dark, monstrous beast. But having been defeated, we now turn to deciphering a mural to find a message within. We surprised him. I'm guessing ice will be his weakness. I've just realised Pharaoh doesn't have the magic to nuke. And the other guys are just curators. This is worrying. Very worrying. I'm so glad I just saved.
I'll take this.
See you, Gray. Thanks for dropping by. Right. Level slash isn't going to work. I think that's my best chance of getting someone near a break.
I'll do my best.
Now, the Blood Remnant weak to light or ice or... I don't know.
What next?
I would love to break some of these guys, though.
So much to learn.
Should have done Rain of Arrows. Oh, look! Who gave me an extra turn, just as I need it? And everyone's weak to arrows. Right. Saving grace! All is Andrew luck. Hey, I equipped the skill. That's where my luck's coming from. Sorted. Oh, a little bit of fire. Doesn't hurt a
I
fly.
must be defeated. Let your wounds be healed.
Definitely not Ulbrich or this guy.
No! Out of my way!
Now it's just about how to finish him off. I guess do damage until he dies. That'll work too.
The battle is truly joy.
Gotta think how much like our abilities again have evolved during all our fights here, or during this session, because now everyone has this elemental up and elemental defense up. All of that lovely stuff. We got a new skill. We got a new shrine done. We've gained a lot. Well, let's get back to where we were, because that made that fight quite a bit easier. When you get Ulbrich just stepping in with 25% chance to help us out. There we go again. Well, at least we're surprising them every time, I guess.
My turn.
There goes the annoying guy.
An interesting dilemma.
I'll not be defeated.
What's with the misses, people?
The battle is truly joy.
Like, super seriously, stop it.
Rain arrows upon them.
I'll not be defeated.
My turn.
Right, you shouldn't miss. You better not miss.
The battle is truly
It's the
joy.
only way I can put it is you better not miss.
Aim well and true.
Well, nearly done.
What is the logical course of action?
To destroy him. And I don't think he's got much damage left in him. So we'll take it nice and slowly. That one isn't Ophelia. Level 4, who really likes you with light buff. I thought so. She actually needs surpassing power
I'm not
now.
made for such battles.
Well, Varian reaches 68. We're one away from 69. I've got a cup of tea, and I'm happy. It's time to go visit another shrine, isn't it, really? But still, this chapter's still going, you know. We need to learn so much more. Let's see now. Death, doom, destruction, 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 death, doom, destruction. Times that by 2, and I think the mural's meaning is pretty clear. Oh, lovely! That's better than writing. That is so much better than writing, like, an eloquent line for conveying threat. This ancient people have made this mural, and that's all that's in it. It instantly conveys what we need to know. So, this dark god that's on this world, that's been sealed away by the trial of the 12 themselves, we're going to end up fighting that, aren't we? That's intriguing, yes! The best poem, yes. The mural's meaning has been uncovered.
Now then.
Let me think through all I've learned. Right, when the 12 was due, they sealed power away beyond the edge of the world. What forbidden power did the gods seal away? The power of life and death, was it? I don't know, actually. I think it was the power of life and death, wasn't it?
But of
Indeed,
course.
the power of life and death as a forbidden secret held within these pages. Trial of the 12 tells the tale of how the 12 gods sealed this power away. The author of Forbidden Gold compares this power to a golden fruit. Like a golden fruit, it calls out to and tempts the human heart. Into the pages of from the far reaches of hell was this power sealed. These glyphs. Yes, I believe I can decipher them now. Death, 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 death. Doom, 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 doom. Doom, 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 doom. Destruction, 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 destruction. The most epic poem of all mankind. Oh, I mean, we can safely assume this is a warning of sorts. Yes, Cyrus. Don't understate it. A warning of the calamity that awaits us if the gate is opened and the forbidden unleashed. The mural and tome left behind is an invitation or a warning? Well, definitely a warning. You wouldn't want it to be an invitation. You don't want death, doom, and destruction.
But of course.
And why would someone be saying that? Why wouldn't they just summon the Dark God? If that was their intention and they wanted it to happen, they would do it. They wouldn't make a mural telling you about, the bad side of it. They'd be saying life, power, eternalness, and stuff. Yes, the mural's left behind as a warning. I'm sure of it.
Indeed.
Knowledge in and of itself is not inherently good or evil. It can, however, serve either purpose, or depends on the heart of he who would use it. I choose to believe that whoever created this mural so many years ago believed the same. For the sake of our future, be not tempted by the darkness.
Indeed.
Yes, these dark secrets must never be allowed to be put into practice. The mere existence of this tome is a threat. Can I destroy it? And banish its baleful knowledge for all eternity?
Not exactly.
No, destroying the tome would not banish the darkness that exists in the heart of man. And as long as that darkness exists, people will find a way to work evil. I must preserve this knowledge that we might put it to use for good, not evil.
Thusly.
Yet there is much more I must learn. I must decipher it in full, the contents of this tome and the murals in this place, and pass them on to those who would follow us. And one day, should we be threatened by forces from the far reaches of hell,
Yes.
our descendants will possess the knowledge needed to protect this realm. First I must return to Atlas Dam and file a report on what I have seen here. Then I must begin my analysis of the material I've collected. Yes, I'll be burning the midnight oil night after night, no doubt, and I can scarcely wait. And so he returns back home, I take it. Hey, Therese.
Professor! Professor!
Over here, Therese.
That stack of books seems to get bigger every time I see you.
And I'll need twice again as many to have any hope of translating this ancient tome.
Twice as many?
Fascinating, is it not? A traditional fairy tale from a certain region mentioned a gate of sorts. And I could not help but notice a parallel to the mural I found.
I see. Hence, these books on local folklore?
Just so. Considering your subject from all possible angles is a fundamental principle of scholarly research. But I forget myself. Might I surmise that you've come here to inform me that it's time for class?
Yes. You're late, Professor.
Pray forgive me, Your Highness. Very well then, my students. Let us begin. To quote the words of one Susanna Grotoff, author of Knowledge is Light. The pursuit of knowledge is a journey with no destination. As long as people live, there is always something to learn. And so we learn, we record, we speak. Points connect, thus forming our history, our agency, our identity. This world we live in is not for or of any one individual, and neither is knowledge. And so I write and speak of all that I learned to plant seeds of knowledge that will be harvested by those who follow me. To you who have found my writings, read well these words, that they may help you build a bridge to a brighter future.
So, Cyrus's chapter comes to an end, with Therese ever onlooking, ever watching. Poor sleepy Cyrus. Poor sleepy handsome Cyrus, that is immune to the effects of evil dark ladies trying to sway him to the dark side. Join me, and we will rule the galaxy as minion and master. Technically what it was. Right then. Job done. That's really cool. Right, I'm going to echo some of the stuff in there as well, because I was thinking this, I was waiting to say all this stuff, but time to have a little small chat about Octopath Traveller and its story, because of course it got some criticism due to the fact that it's 8 separate stories, where the other characters don't seem to appear or really matter in either of the stories. And it got a lot of criticism for that. Actually playing the game through, the world does a really nice way of getting it interwoven with other characters and other stories. Susanna Grotoff is, of course, the Susanna that Hanit went to in Xanta, etc., Lake's master in a sense. And we only learned that a little bit back, so we could go instantly, Susanna Grotoff, it's written by her, she's a scholar. We did learn that information too beforehand. So, like, you've got people complaining about, it's just like all these the separate stories. But it's nice having a storybook. And the reason is the structure it's kind of giving. Now, most games, of course, they have their overarching story, especially JRPGs, and then they have the post-game. So, basically, you have the overarching story, and then the post-game is something that's weirdly tacked on, either some nondescript super bosses, or it's basically kind of non-story plot, right? In fact, most of the time, it doesn't even have a plot. It's just get higher level, fight these cool things, right? This game, however, is having its 8 individual stories, and in the chapter 4s, it is planting seeds for what is going to be, obviously, a post-game. Leading into a post-game properly, because now you want to finish your stories to then engage in whatever content that is. Which is probably the right way to do storytelling. I know it's like a kind of storybook game in the first place that would try to get that structure right, but it's got it so right. A lot of the time you finish the game and it's like an exhaustive thing. You finish the story and you don't know if you want to continue or not. Or at least let's put it this way. Viewership wise, there's a drop off on post game for most JRPGs, especially on the Twitch. It's very noticeable. People don't want to see that. They want the story. However, this one is leading into the actual 8 becoming 1 and leading into a final story. By the look of things, it might not even be that long. I don't know. We'll find out. But I like the structure. So I thought I'd say that. I thought I'd get that off my chest. Is there anyone to steal from? It's just nice. Oh, we've got the information about the City of Gold for you now, probably. This tome, the Ancient Capitals, contains a record of the ancient City of Gold. Right, do we have, like, the information now? City of Gold, we do have the information? Cool. I thought I got that way earlier and I didn't bring it in. The Legend of the Golden City? This sounds promising. There once was a lord in a distant island nation far to the east, and one day he had a dream. A voice spoke to him and said, "I will grant you one wish." The lord thought it was the voice of a god, so the lord answered without thinking. Make the city into a utopia where none go hungry, where no one ever grows old or ill. His wish was heard, and overnight the entire city was turned to gold. That's not food. In that city of gold, there were none who went hungry, no old age, and no illness. Pipe dream. Did you hear that? Such a wondrous place. No, it still sounds more like fantasy than truth. It has the romantic appeal of a legend, to be sure. Books are such a delight, aren't they? And this one is a prime example. I'll have to be sure to tell everyone to read it. Thank you for helping me learn more about the City of Gold. I feel so much better now for knowing more. So we got ourselves an alluring ribbon. If only that was like ribbons in other games. It's probably a headdress, I'd imagine. Oh, it's not. Okay, please be. Oh, increases in chance countering enemies. Of course, you've got some before. Whenever I hear ribbon, you know the Final Fantasy in me comes out, and I go, immune to all status debuffs. Go for it. Yes. But yeah, I do also like how the developer said, this is how we're making a game. We're not going to listen to the criticism here. We're going to make our vision, and you're going to like it. Because, let's face it, right? I've said this before. Customer is always right is an adage that is wrong because the customer is more often wrong than right in, a merchant thing. But of course, you have to act that way to keep things on. You have to act that way to get sales. You have to act that way to keep goodwill. But the customer is more often wrong than right, but will then say they are right. That's number one. The other one is the customer doesn't truly always know what they want until it's given to them. The customer thinks they know, but then we just be eating the same thing every day. Not that that's such a bad thing. We'd be doing the same thing every day. You know? Sometimes that spice, that's something new, that experience. Ran over, I guess? I'm trying to find the princess here. I want to see if she's got something to rob. Princess! Princess! I finished a tale. I want to know if I can get a special weapon now. Like a really cool staff that does elemental damage, so I can give it to Ferion instead of me. Alright, no one's there, so I guess check the study. To be honest, checking the headmaster's office would probably be a good place to go. And that's not me like tripping the light fantastic on the game and going, oh, this is the best game ever. But the sales have done quite a good thing, Mark, for it. People suddenly found a thirst for a game like this. Hello. Known as the Moon of the Flatlands, she is Princess Melly's distant relative and has been close with her since childhood. Though she may seem timid at first glance, her true colours show when it comes to matters of the heart. We found Therese is most intriguing indeed. I must remain calm and focus on my studies. Oh, Cyrus is in front of me. Right. Ooh. Now that is a good thing. An elemental augmenter on Ferion. Technically, Cyrus already has one. Oh, there's no chest in here. I was so expecting there'd be something in here. Is Princess Therese in here anywhere? Probably not. The elemental augmenter will go a long way to buffing our power even further. Nope, not here. Thank you, Therese. The elemental augmenter is a really good attachment. So, like, for example, I can lower my speed even more. I can lower my physical attack, considering I'm not using that much anymore. Let's lower the speed first and see how that works out. Maybe I want the speed back on again after. I'll take the elemental augmenter, which ups his magical damage to quite a lot. 839 now. Hui. I think Sorcerer Ferion is where he's going to be, where it's going to stick, you know?
What?
No, or Milo? You've got a name, and that always makes me suspicious. How dare you have a name in this world? So it's time for us to go and find ourselves another place, another shrine, somewhere. I'll walk through town to make sure no one else has randomly appeared. Or no quests have randomly appeared is the other thing too. Is there Brian in here? Brian?
That's right.
You're not Brian. Right, every morning this fisherman hauls his catch to the castle town of Atlas Dam. He takes the leftovers to the tavern to have it cooked and enjoys the fruit of his labour alongside a few drinks. Yes, he does. A hidden item's been found for it. Are you Brian? Nope. An old mercenary who spends most of his day in the tavern. He claims the liquor calms his nerves, so when summoned by his employer, he reports for duty with staggering steps. Completely drunk and off his rocker. A lesson in swordplay, eh? Tell me, Ulrich, how do you keep your skills as sharp as you do? Well, each day I practice various sword strokes and do exercises to build my strength. I always work on the fundamentals, but these are the foundations upon which all fighters must build. A wise choice. What about you, Ferion? Do you do any training? Yes, in thieving. I took all your stuff from your pocket this morning. Nope, never was one for practice's sake. Me experience is the best teacher. I see. I have an idea. What say we train together? Didn't you just hear what I just said? Training is experience. A man cannot achieve such remarkable agility just by sitting in the ale house. So he must train, and yet he claims otherwise. The question is why? Look, I think training together is a splendid idea. In fact, I think I'll join you. What's the expression? Choose company and three's even better? A crowd. Not the right thing, still. Something like that. Fine, but just this once, okay? It's a deal. Let us go outside and begin. He doesn't want you to know his trade secrets, don't you know? A thief doesn't do well if he keeps giving away everything. A thief needs to keep some feathers in his cap secret. For a later time, a later date. I don't know that there's anyone else here to be able to steal stuff from. But we've got a fair few of the battle-tested variety of stuffs. So I'm mostly interested in that. Right, let's find ourselves a shrine, find out the name of said shrine, and then take on the challenge after that, eh? So, I don't know where I'm looking, so I'm going to go to Whisper Mill and just hope that they're in every corner of the world. So all I have to do is step out, and I'll be able to find out. There is a shrine here. Right. There's a guy here. What? Hello. Let me just steal your stuff before you move on. The carefree shepherd. Did I get a quest from you before? I can't remember you. Right, hidden item. I just stole this stuff, though. Shepherd who lives together with his sheep. The first time he slept on woolen bedding was a transformative experience, which drove him to his chosen vacation. His sheep's wool is renowned far and wide for its quality. Right, what have you got here to do? Oh, I've not seen his bothered by something lately. Phrase more like it, maybe. Might be there's some monster lurking nearby. I hope someone will find it and take care of it before it gets near my sheep, if there is one. There's a monster near the sheep. It's probably actually that in the Forest of Purgation. It's what I'd imagine. I gotta choose a party anyway to get levels as I move out, you know? Technically, it's worth more to get the experience on everyone else. That might be a bit lower, considering we're probably going to take Trezor into the actual battle. Maybe Alfin too. You never know what we might end up with. So Hannet and Primrose are the low two? It'll work out. I should be able to walk around quite easily. Alfin's the other one without a job or anything right now. So let's walk with these three. Let's give you the Ruin Lord just in case. Scholar and a warrior, that'll be fine. And the unseen saver. No, we give you the Deathly Blade. An apothecary that insta-kills his targets. That's what we're going with now. There's a save point up there. Just in case a monster jumps on me. You know how it is. Jumpy monsters are worse monsters. Now I'm like, did I take that quest there? I have no clue. My memory's so good. What is the name of the shrine? Excuse me, I'll just look to see if there's... Oh, there's a safe point now. If there's any monsters nearby, please declare your identity and I will slay you post haste. Dargons!
I am ready.
Oh, I don't have a hunter, he says, with Primrose waiting. Can't knock you guys down! It sucks! Yay. I think Farion will just be able to kill them anyway. You know what? It's worth a try. Especially with Ventus. There!
Don't start things you can't finish.
It's windy there. Of course, we got the buff to wind damage. It's going to help out a lot. Did I go this way? Yeah, I did. Right, it seems the shrine was up there. How did I miss it? Hey, who are you?
Now, let us hunt him.
Oh. Pretty
Bring
frogs.
it on!
Hello. Nice to meet you. You twice. Did a bit.
I am ready.
They've got many eyes to look at me.
Oh, don't worry.
Alright, so lightning is our damage of choice.
Tonight,
I just killed them outright. Cool.
Coming.
I don't know if I passed it or if there's a loop round, but I didn't see a way through.
Yeah! Raining arrows up on.
Misses every. Oh, no, got it.
The hunt ends.
Alright, so the analyze was good. We've got frogs in our way. Who are you? Alright, traveling merchant. A merchant who has habits of running afoul of beasts and monsters. No less, he somehow manages to escape these terrifying encounters time and time again. He keeps records of every one, and this information has become more valuable than any of his wares. Where the direwolf prowls, the information is gained. Is that setting up a boss or something I need to take back to that guy? Apparently necklace is pretty good, HP plus 1000. There's certain people who kind of need a little bit more HP at times, it feels. You know what I mean? If you already got a plus 500, we're upgrading that. There's a direwolf somewhere, is there? Yeah, we missed it somehow. How did I manage that? Where was the path? Oh, God! Well played. Well played. Shrine of the Starseer. So if we're going by a bet of possibly 2 melee, 2 caster if there was only 4 shrines, which I think I didn't see any more than that, otherwise we've been seeing them everywhere. Unless there are more shrines. I've travelled every path and I only think there were 4. Starseer. Is there any relation to the positions of characters? Because we had the Archsage, Archmagus was next to Cyrus. And a Rune Lord next. Yeah, that's a bit of a stretch. Technically, it has a buffing class next to a buffing class, which is Dancer, Primrose. Could they be going by that kind of moniker? This is just go with it. It's a bet. I guess we might be looking at... If I take Trezor as a Rune Lord anyway, and then go with a Reflect strategy too, I'm covered for all bases. Hey, I like to put thought thing to things. It's not cowardice. I'm just wondering. And what would be the best setup? What would be the best strategy for an enemy unknown? You know? So if Alfin's there, if I give him White Mage, yeah, that'd be a good idea. So put Trezor in for Hannet. Technically, everyone can do damage now with the follow-ons, so that's fine anyway. So what we do is we get... What's Primrose got on? Wizard's Rod, great. We get Trezor back her silly, stupid job. Alfin will take on the White Mage's duty. He has some stuff. He doesn't have Reflective Veil, so let's get him that. Oh, actually, yeah. Wait a second. Can't do it with Alfin because he'd be lacking... Oh, no, we can do that. Fine. Yeah, no, that's completely fine. Get Reflective Veil there. Life is good. That should be any issue we need to come with. Like, in those classes alone, it's all covered. And that's the way we want it to be. So this group has absolutely everything covered. Life is very good. You have the Deathly Blade then, Trezor. I'm sure you won't do bad things with it. I'm sure it can't work on a boss. That'd be amazing if it could. It's nice that the shrine itself is right next door. But this covers all our bases. This is probably the best setup for it. Alfin chugs BP, has Reflective Veil, can easily do things. Primrose has Analyze, so can sort that out. Can buff Alfin with the ability to pass Reflective Veil on. So if we need to use Reflect Strat, we got Reflect Strat. We got Trezor there for Sidestep Strat. And we've got Sorcerer, stupidly ridiculous Fairy-on, ready to break everyone to death. So no matter what, life's good. Yeah? We got this. Oh, I got the wrong way again!
May I have this dance? I am ready.
Good at this.
Here goes nothing. My turn.
Just so cheesed up with myself. I love the fact that there seems to be like thunderstorms in the background. That's cool too. I'm sure someone in this group has Percipients. I'm pretty sure it's you. You have Percipients, yeah. I'm gonna have 2 Percipiences, that's good. I think Alfin's actually been the guy who's learnt the most other things. It's a bit weird, isn't it? He's definitely, I think he's definitely the one who's learnt the most traits. Most abilities. Oh, Trezor's found more money. Right, so obviously up there is the shrine itself. So let's check out the rest of the cavern first.
May I have this dance?
Alright, so we have light remnants, so a bit of darkness will do us quite nicely, I feel.
Where's the nearest tavern?
Sorted. So just go around for that treasure chest. There's a red treasure chest off in the distance there.
I'll make this quick.
Wind. Yeah.
Out of my way.
At least the color scheme gives it away a bit more this time.
Tonight, Rick. Put it.
Hey, at least I make the trash bounce fast.
That's that.
Wind Soul Stones. What I want is seeds to drop, but I'm guessing they're going to be more of a steal kind of thing than beat enemies up until they always give you the item thing. Oh, I don't have enough mana.
Come on, I've got better things to do.
Bring it on!
I don't have enough mana, Captain. You look very fancy in your skirt there.
Try this.
Good old Alfie boy. Hopefully they don't have self-destruct again.
My turn.
You're gonna buff yourself, are you? Sure, that's gonna help.
Tonight, don't start things you can't finish.
Right, there's another one. Oh god, yeah! I know chat's talking about it now, but I really didn't twig there. There must be 12 shrines. 12 shrines, 12 gods, 12 classes, the 12. When do they come to that final thing? It's because I'm
You
always
won't feel a
unsure
thing.
as if it's 4
Here goes nothing.
extra jobs or not, you know? Can't believe I didn't think of that. Must construct additional pylons. No, I've got enough energy. It's fine. I'm not a Protoss, for starters.
Don't start things you can't finish.
I like how these other 4, though, that don't let you go to places, were just by far the strongest. So there's 4 gods of the Pantheon that are either really strong, or they just don't really want anyone having their power. Depends how you look at it, really. Right, so we're here. That was a quick trip. Pretty much as fair in using mana, after all. So let's change off recipients, see if we've got another skill to equip there, which will be a lot more helpful, I think. That could be really useful sometimes, if anything about. Show goes on would be best. And you could use stat swap on a physical dealer to do all that extra elemental damage. That's kind of cool. Pretty sure that's what we're looking for. That's what show goes on. Life is good. The reason we want that, of course, is just to like have that extra buff power. Once we get into the real dance of phase of things, I want to battle now.
You won't feel a thing.
Let's do this!
My turn.
Get out of my face! Have I used that one? Teneblé opéré?
Don't start things you can't finish.
I don't think I have. That was kind of cool. Primrose levels up just for the fight, I guess. Just get there. Plums, please. Right, so first we start with the debuff phase, and then we find out what's after that. So, will this boss kill me? A voice echoes in your head. Hail, traveller. I am Steorra the Starseer. Steorra? Like Kiora? Thou hast learned the secrets I sold? Then first, allow me to prove thy worth. Right. We'll take a look at the boss and then we'll decide what strategy to apply, but maybe both will be applicable.
Let's get this over with.
Your caster.
Out of my way.
Reflect. That's our strat. Right. That's the elemental defense. I wish we got the elemental attack done. So let's look at how we're sorting this out. We can get stuff on the Primrose quickly to buff the thing, but we need... Okay, Prim's next. Ooh, that's a good idea. Sacrifice this turn. It's time for BP. As he goes the entirely wrong way around again.
Here.
She's using a bit ball. She must be a healer. Oh, hello!
I am ready.
Now that's interesting. She's employing the same strategy.
Watch me now. With the grace of Seal Tige.
Here goes nothing.
Right, let's get one reflect on. Because I don't go for a while.
Right back at you.
And see if it's that. We got our answer. It's a spell reflect boss, but it might not be so AoE. That was easy to work out. So let's get the transfer rune on.
Feel the power.
We need some concocts too, you know.
I am ready.
So I want to get some more BP up on Elfin. Let him cast Massive Reflect. And at that point, we're probably set.
Stay strong.
What to
So maybe we don't actually have a debuff. Like, I guess we could do weak physicals? I wonder how that would work. Do you think pursuits would work on her? I mean, obviously we've got spells and we can do stuff with that, and we can get the break with spells. Maybe the physical, because she's broken, the physical won't reflect then? You know?
feel the power.
My turn.
Right, Trezor, get ready for your next turn, because you're going to actually find a load of weaknesses for us. In the meantime...
Here.
Song of the Starseer gives up to physical... Oh, all buffs. Interesting.
Bring it on.
So, she's a buff support class? I find that incredibly interesting.
Alrighty.
Well, let's make sure
Right
we've
back
cancelled
at
damage from us. She's cancelled damage from us. We've cancelled damage from her. But she does an AoE, which means we can get a full 9 of these reflect shields up and just keep this
My
up.
turn
So we
now.
can't die? We still need to find an elemental weakness, by the way.
I won't hold back.
That's a way to do it.
I summon battle card.
Hey, hey. That's the physical repel, but the physical comes out as magical, which means we get reflect. What? Hell, that's interesting. We need Alpha to cast some more now. But we can get the break on the next turn, more or less. We don't have a hunter for Leghold Trap. Oh, whoops. Alpin's got it next turn as well, that's fine. Big whoops. Well, we can easily break the lady, but... let's just continue to set up random stuff. This is so weird.
Here.
The other thing is I'm trying to get Primrose to use her ability on herself and then spread the buffs to everyone. Which is why I'm not using... I want to use her
Watch me now. With the grace of
for the
sea
passing on of
peace.
like the BP and Ferion to attack, obviously.
Bring it on.
But that's not happening in that way.
Let's get down to work. Right back at you.
We can do damage this way quite nicely. Right, so now we can start doing the stuff. The stuff basically amounts to armor corrosive. So now I can... oh, God. There was no point buffing it. Oh, okay, I get it. She's gone with the AoE again. So she's knocking down her reflect shields really easily. It doesn't have an element, so it can't break her. So if she's buffed with something, of course, I can't debuff the buff to a certain amount of turns. It doesn't give a swing. It only just removes the
Bring
buff.
it on.
So technically, I wasted with him then. This is an interesting fight. She can choose to AoE us.
Try this. What's the big idea?
Cancel debuff,
I'm ready.
no go uppy. Ha 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 ha! Okay! Well, this is how you want to play it, is it? This is what we're doing, is it? Does Trezor still have Transfer Rune on? I think she does. That's so interesting. Do I want to be hitting him more with... Actually, that's the only one useful for that. Alvin's not going to get any of this buff anymore.
Let's do this.
Right, pursuit for any of the elements listed there. Technically, I'll just use a free pursuit.
Lightning.
Can't get the break on this turn exactly. And essentially now Alfin is ready to get hit. So we are going on the offense. Would be the correct way to do things here. Though technically, when I think about it, we'll get the break no matter what. So maybe more BP would be better. More BP never hurts, does it?
Try this.
It's only a single target to spell. It's just a single target to spell plus more. And as long as she keeps casting Baleful Staff, I'm really happy.
I am ready.
Right, her buffs are going to run off shortly. And to be honest, we have the elemental boost on. So if I go with just Firestorm,
Flames, burn this away.
that's a 2-hit. We'll find out what she does next. Okay, who's that to? Fair enough, I bet.
My turn.
There's no buffs allowed on me. What did I have on me? I lost my physical damage up. Thank you, lady. I still got my elemental damage up, so we're changing our strategy to elemental damaging attacks. Thank you for that. Let's get this hit here.
Elemental Burst.
Technically, that won't do anything. And I should have charged it.
My turn now.
Does she have a straight counter? Melee counter as well? Oh, the fails. What do you reckon she's weak to?
Can't end like this.
My turn.
Oh, she's got physical reflect up, you idiot! And it hurts for a ton, so it does full pursuit damage. Oops!
Ignis Arden.
Now, the break actually removes all the debuffs, so that's just the way to play it. But don't be a moron, you moron. What does extra vivify do? More HP? That's fine by me. Well, we are not really designed to go all out here.
Flames, burn this away.
Here we go.
I need more BP. Essentially, I want Alfin to not have that ability on him so I can do stuff again. Hey. Why you mess with me? Super seriously, why you mess with me like this? If you didn't remove debuffs, everything would be so easy. Because I just have Reflect on everyone. Like, Primrose is the only one with Reflect currently.
I'm ready.
So she can stay up no matter what. But apart from that, things are a bit more dangerous. And I don't want to force her also into a phase where she starts going nutso, while Alfin's still got that debuff on her. That said, I don't want to just, you know, not do attacks.
Ignis Arden.
Because that was 20k damage.
Here I go.
Right, you've not got the pursuit anymore. So to be honest, you probably should use your ruin again.
Feel the power.
And get ready to pass on stuff yet again. Alright, so elemental change. We still have lightning as a weakness. Shooting star doesn't actually do that much against our party, so that's great. We got some reflects ourselves. In fact, one of them was wind elements. So we actually learnt that there was the elemental wind to break too. That's handy, because of course we're stronger with wind than anything else. Do I break this turn or wait for the next? I don't know. Of course, I need to heal. There is no 2 bits about that one. So let us... Well, I have magic I could do with, but I can easily concoct a purifying dust with the essence of grape.
Try this.
I am ready.
Essentially, I need to sort the buff out on the next turn. kind of need BP. You got 2 attacks in a row. 2 attacks separately with a heal being able to come in between it, so that's fine. Slow and deliberate. That's all I can do.
How about this?
I need to buff Alfin. He's ready for Reflective Veil, but I need him to have that extra turn. Equally, let's just do a transfer rune again.
Feel the power.
Okay, that hurts a lot more than I
Here
thought.
goes nothing.
But doesn't give me any other negative effects, so on that side of things, it's really quite good. Until she does negative effects right now.
Try this.
It helps that loads of our guys have elemental defense.
What to do?
What does that mean? It's great that your body is now light as the air can be, but I don't know what that means. I've just figured out something I need to do.
Let me help.
That'll be good there. We're going to get the break on Tleza's turn, possibly? I think that might be the best way. Maybe she's just upgraded her evasion. That could be a thing.
I am ready.
Alright, get your dancing skill over to Alf.
With the grace of Seal Tige.
It's a lot less damage than the other bosses, so I can very much do it. You know what I mean? But do it. But you're still always worrying a little bit. Right, just 1 soul stone of the right element, and that's a break. I'm making this take longer than it should, really. I should be able to develop a kill strat by now.
Try this on the side.
Oh, she gained extra attacks! I just realized looking at the bar!
I am ready.
Nice to do, lady! Nice to meet you! Why'd you gain extra attacks, lady? Why? I only just realized.
Oh, don't mind me.
Alright, swords of the weakness. We've taken 68k of the HP at this point.
Let's do this.
But I think we are in queue for the kill.
Bring it
now. Here we are, we're done. Nice and safely bringing it home.
Try this.
My turn now.
She's got no melee counter, so go for it, Trez.
The great merchant.
Oh!
Here we go.
I'd use the wrong ability! But still, 9999, we're done, so it doesn't matter. I didn't mean to do that, that's for sure, but it was kind of cool.
Let's get down to work. Pick your poison.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. I'm supposed to use shield. Oops. Oops. I better kill her now. Oops. I think I read the HP right.
Thunder! Ring out!
Safely bringing it home, he says, and then he messes it up completely.
Out of my way. Let's do this.
There we go. I did read it right. Phew.
Don't start things you can't finish.
Right, Tleeza and Alfin level up. We dodged the 3 attacks, and pretty much that was done without any hassle. Though, to be honest, there was a hassle. Debuff removal was very powerful. And to thee who has proven thy worth, I impart the lost secrets of the heavens. Give them unto me. 3 shrines down. You unlock Starseer as a secondary job. I kind of got complacent when, oh my god, Therion only had exactly the right amount of SP. I didn't even notice. Oh god, how close did I get to screwing that up completely? Oh my god. Oops. I was not paying attention. could have went down on the next attack. You never know. I do have a lot of elemental defense, but who knows what attack she might have pulled out of the bag. So a new job is ours. What are we looking at here? So Faerion's still got all the JP in the world, so let's change Faerion to it so we can learn all the skills, as is usual. So Starseer. We have... I didn't have to go to that screen, I know, but still. Divination. Increase the single ally's critical rate for 2 turns. We have augmented single ally's physical defense, elemental defense, speed, and evasion for 2 turns. Combine that with a dancer and pass over every buff. For 2 turns, render a single foe unable to receive attribute augmentations or a single ally immune to attribute penalties. So that's the same as the immunity, but it's basically that up-down thing, up-cross. So that's cool. Ethereal healing. Grant HP regeneration to all allies for 2 turns. Now that's really cool. Alternate method of healing. Moon's Reflection. Grant a single ally the ability to counter physical damage 1 time. Can that be used with things to give everyone the ability to counter physical damage? With pursuits? With pursuits. With pursuits. Maybe. If it is a counter attack versus just reflecting the damage. Because reflecting the damage wouldn't even be that good. Too bad you can't have a Starseer Rune Lord. Right, well, let's learn all these so I can get the abilities. So, Hard Worker, Boost Start, BP Eater, and Divine Aura has been learned. The Specialist, Steorra's Prophecy. Unleash an elemental attack on all foes. Deals damage proportional to the party's current BP. Okay, so if you're constantly concocting, that could be a way of doing things. Starseer Alphen be good? I mean, technically, it would give a lot of use for a lot of spell-based casters. Like, for example, Cyrus would become a buffer as well. You know, it would be quite good for all. Let's check the actual skill itself, then. So, this is not what we're looking at. It's up here. So this is the first one on the list. Maybe. Gain additional JP after battles. Equipping this skill with multiple characters will have no added effect. Job point gaining. And it only needs to be on 1 player. That's really good. Depends how much the addition is. Gain additional 1 BP at the start of battle means your setups can work really well at the start if you're just trying to rush something down. Boosted skills performed by the equipping character deal additional damage. So BP Eater just ups your damage even more. Nice. Divine Aura. The equipping character gains a 25% chance of nullifying any damage taken. All damage. Can't say I hate any of this I've gained today. Hey. Who would this be best on? In a party setup that we've got currently. I'm not even kidding. Like, if we were looking at this setup, it would be Alphen. Because cast Tiltigi on him, then he can cast everything on everyone. But then you're kind of thinking along the same lines. But then he won't have time to concoct. So then thinking about it differently, maybe it would be better on Primrose. Because then she has all the buffs and she'll be basically casting buffs off herself. But then thinking about it, she wouldn't have time to, you know, do everything while constantly buffing herself up. Her BP will always be starved. So, Cyrus? But then you'd have to drop someone like Alphen. This is the thing. Maybe you can't have them all. Maybe you just can't have it all. It's a weird thing to think about, like who this would be best on. I reckon if you put it on Ophelia, she'd barely change costume, wouldn't she? Well, let's put you back to Sorcerer, because that's definitely how we want to roll. She looks so fabulous after all. Gotta get your stuff back on again now. So good. Alright, so maybe I need to get more of these plus damage boosters on people. So if we were looking at it, like Starseer Alphen, would that do any good to start off with? And we need gain tons of buffs as well. So it's not bad. It's the whole single ally thing, so you definitely... Oh, except for that. I mean, that's really good. Alright, take these two abilities. Ethereal Healing and Celestial Intervention. Sounds pretty good to me. So let's find out where the next shrine is. We're not going to do it today, but it'd be nice to know for the future. As a kind of destination marker. So is it the Four Corners? Yep, it's the Four Corners of the world. So the next shrine is over here, including a cave further down. We have other quests and other things to do. What's our quest list currently looking like? So if we go to side stories, is everyone's flags the length of how much they've done? So everyone else is sorted. So you can kind of tell how everything is done, I guess. So our quest list is still looking full of new exciting adventures. Friends again, like quite a few we've got, like now starting with characters that were story characters for the rest of the game. So obviously I'm going to do some scouting, not only for extra quests and solutions to said quests, which may involve me going to a lot of ruins next session or next week to just kind of finish things off, but of course our goal is in the next coming week to finish off the 2 final chapters, get that last shrine, and start going through all the extra dungeons and finish off these side quests as we move into what will be the post-game. Expect us to complete things within the next week's time. So that has been Octopath Traveller with all our fancy people dressed up in all their fancy garb, ready to fight even more. We rest in Riverhood and continue next time. Join me then.